Welcome back, everyone. Here to shoot some love into our bookends is Maria, who's got a lot of love to give for sure. I actually really love the inspiration behind this DIY.
Yes, you know I love a good love story. I just can't help myself. And of course, this weekend is the premiere of the Hallmark movie, The Story of Us, starring our very good friends Maggie Lawson and Sam Page. And in the movie, Maggie plays Jamie, who is a girl who owns a bookstore, True Love Books and Cafe. And this bookstore is just everything I dream of in my life. It is so beautiful, and it inspired me to do a DIY that included books. And so in the movie, the bookstore is white and pink and gold and so beautiful. And you could, as you can see there, these arrows were just the perfect kind of cherry on top to put your books out and have this as your bookends. It's
looking beautiful already, and I know how much you love to decorate for Valentine's Day as well. We're looking forward to having Maggie join us later in the week. And also what's interesting about this DIY is what's in between the bookends is actually in the Story of Us.
Yes, you can see there. Look how beautiful this is. So I have the Story of Us card keeper. You can see right there. It looks like a book, but it's actually really a place that you can store. Look at that.
I gotta tell you,
exciting.
And I'm not just saying this. Right now, my Valentine's cards from days past, they're like in my sock drawer. I have them between sweaters and my shelves. Look how perfect this is for storing your old Valentine's
cards and letters and photos and handwritten notes. Every single thing. It's really a way to preserve them.
Beautiful.
And yeah, this would make a great Valentine's Day gift. I love that. And it's a hardcover book that on the outside, and it looks like they're, could just go with all of your other books that you have.
I think it's still, and by the way, these cards in particular themselves are really beautiful. They're super unique, even for Hallmark, I think.
And they are. So what's cool about these is these are the Hallmark Valentine's Day card collection, and they're designed to coordinate with the Story of Us card keeper, like we just showed you. And these cards are inspired by vintage and heirloom designs from the Hallmark archives.
See, that's what I noticed when I saw them.
That is amazing, yes.
They had that sort of like cool vintage look, but brought up to date.
Very vintagey and very special.
Okay, so we talked about obviously the great looking cards and this wonderful book card keeper, which is in the movie, and so we talked about it.
Yes.
And now we're gonna get to show you.
Yay!
It's in the movie. Let's look at a clip.
I mean, this place just means too much for them to cavalierly tear it down. Oops.
What is that?
It's a book. It's not a book. These are Valentines.
These are so cute.
These are Valentines from old True Love customers to True Love books.
This is ridiculously sweet. Ah, look. This one says it's from 1965.
You see what we're talking about? Just like we promised, and makes it in the movie as well. Okay, so we've got our book card keeper right here, which is, like we say, is one of the characters in the movie. But we've also got to make our bookends as well.
Yes, we do. So these bookends, although they look very chic and intricate, it's actually extremely simple. So you want to start with the dowel. So the dowel is what was really the arrow, and you can get these at craft supply stores. This is about 1/4 inch. It's really thin. And what you want to do is figure out your sizing. So I have my bookends here.
Okay.
With the bookends, I wanted something that, you don't want the bookend to be the statement. The statement is the arrow. And so I got something that was really thin that I could control the color of. And so I just got something plain, but then you want to figure out your sizing. So for instance, I knew I wanted it to stick out just a little bit. Now be careful with this. You don't want them too long, otherwise it just could potentially fall out like that. So once I figured out my sizing, I cut it using a jigsaw. You could also potentially cut it using a box cutter, kind of depending on.
If you get the small enough.
Yes,
yeah, for sure.
And you can see this is about the sizing that I went with right here.
Great.
So I cut the dowels down, and I also added with some glitter scrapbook paper, I added the point to it. And so the arrow is actually what Ken did.
Yes.
And I couldn't find a better way to make an arrow than Ken thought of, because it was just the perfect way. So this is on hallmarkchannel.com, of course, because Ken already did it. And it looks like a little template like this, and you cut out, and you can create your own little arrow. And
little arrowhead right there.
And you want to kind of get that figured out too, because that's going to affect your sizing.
Okay.
So you can see when I held it up, I knew it would be about this, coming out about this much, and that was going to be a good size.
How do we attach the dowels to the actual bookends that you got here?
So I did find I was nervous to put it on without securing it because it could be potentially top heavy.
Right.
So I wanted to make it very secure instead of just glue. So you can see what I did here. So I have these made out of wood, and I put a hole in it. I'm going to show you how you can do it, but the hole doesn't go all the way through. It's more of an indentation. So I have mine here. Grab your ruler, and what you want to do is find the center.
Okay.
So you can see I've already drawn an X. So to do that, you go one side to the other. Of course, to do your X, mark the center, and you have your center of your bookend right there.
Geometry class.
Geometry 101.
Finding the center of the rectangle.
I have my drill with my drill bit. The best way to find what drill bit to use with your dowel is to line it up like this, and you want it to be about the same size. And all you do is you drill in a little bit like this, and I will just do a little bit to kind of get it started.
Right.
Just to do that. And you could potentially keep going as you do this if it wasn't in far enough, because you don't want to go all the way through.
Okay.
But you want it to be able to fit perfectly.
Give it a place to
like
live.
that.
I think that's really smart. You could put a little dot of hot glue in there too, maybe if you wanted to.
You could do hot glue, you could do wood glue potentially, but you want it to be, that's how it's going to secure in there.
Great.
Perfectly, exactly. So then you do that with the other side as well.
Okay, beautiful.
And that's what we have
now
over
some
here.
finishing touches, including paint.
Yeah, so with painting with this, you could potentially paint it with a brush, but I did find, sort of as a happy accident, I wanted the whole thing to be gold. So I grabbed some gold spray paint, go outside, of course, and spray it at a distance. And I did find that having the scrapbook paper with the glitter on there makes it look really chic and realistic.
How about that?
Isn't that? And the whole thing, if you do that, is going to be probably the chicest, and it looks like it's bought at a store if you do it that way. You could do it this in white as well, which I did over there. You could do it in pink or red or any kind of color that you like, and then that just covers it completely.
And I love these little details here for the feathers. You just kind of cut these out of some
These are it's just scrapbook paper. Cut it out.
For the feathers.
For the feathers on the back, and you would secure it just like this with some hot glue, and you have your little feathers.
Super fun, Maria. I love it. I love it. All right, full instructions, as always, available on our website. And to celebrate the story of us, we are giving away a gift pack from Hallmark Cards, everybody, which includes card boxes featured in the movie to house your beautiful Hallmark cards. To enter, all you have to do is go to facebook.com/Home and Family Show, and also tell us how you plan to spend Valentine's Day. We'd love to hear that.